There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
On the front lines across the globe.
In Rome, South Korea, Ukraine, and Israel. We'll give you an up-close look.
At the center of the moments that matter.
What do you want the world to know? What is the mission?
International correspondent Robert Sherman on News Nation.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Now, sports. From the OSDC Sports Desk, your complete orthopedic team.
It was a wild week for sports. We had soccer, basketball, baseball, softball. I'm just glad Tobin is in Arizona, so he can't send me on another 3-hour car ride. That being said, a busy week means a great selection for top 10 plays. Reminder, if you think you have a top 10 play, we would love to see it. Our cameras obviously can't be everywhere all the time, so we want to make sure we get it from you. Without further ado, let's line them up and count them down. Play number 10, Bowie softball. Lacey Goodwin takes a line drive off the arm. KP Rutherford heads up play, grabs the out at first. But let's show some love to Goodwin's left shoulder. Makes a great pass, and she walked it off after. Bowie collects the win in that game. Play number 9, playoff basketball. Midway Lady Falcons against the ropes. Bella Kaysen makes the gotta-have-it pass to Zoe Graves. She sinks it in after making a man miss. Midway did go down, but this play call and execution kept them in it all the way to the buzzer. Not a bad way to end the season as long as you go out fighting. All right, play number 8. Some college baseball this time. Vernon College, they are down 4-1. Evan Dugdale with a no-doubter. Now, you may say that I lost the ball in the sun while recording this. I would say that Dugdale's solo shot jump-started the Chaparrals to a comeback victory. So there, you can enjoy the rest of Evan Dugdale's home run trot. He takes it nice and slow. He's a little happy about that one, but he does have teammates to meet him at home. Vernon College did go on to win that game. We're going to head over to play number 7. I'll set it up. Memorial Boys Soccer in PKs against Abilene Cooper. That's Cameron Kimpler coming with the stop in PKs. That was the third PK. He blocked 2 of them. And then Israel Cerna with the game-winning kick afterwards made the final penalty tally 4-1. Cameron Kimpler showing off a little bit of the dance moves after he makes that great stop. Memorial getting the win in PKs over Abilene Cooper. All right, play number 6. We're bringing it over to Burke Burnett softball. Morgan Gibson at the plate. She's going to put the barrel on one, send it deep left. Goodbye. Beautiful 2-run homer to cap off a dominant Lady Bulldogs win over Seymour. I believe the score was 18-2 the last time I checked. They meet up with Morgan Gibson at home plate to celebrate the homer. It was technically a walk-off because the Iowa Park Invitational tournament setting game was over at that point. They meet her at home plate. Play number 5, we're going to boys hoops playoff time. Burke Burnett's Aiden White is going to grab a rebound from Fort Worth Eastern Hills. They airball it. Aiden White grabs it, throws an absolute dime to Kingston Gould. Credit to Kingston here. He could have full slammed it. We've all seen him do it. He was classy. The one-hand flush plays better when you're already up and pulling away. Still a dunk for sure. It ends up at number 5. Play number 4 now. Iowa Park ranked 4th in the preseason baseball poll. Kane Decker, textbook definition of a dinger there. You heard that sound. 3-run home run. It broke open their game against Gatesville. They take a 6-0 win. You see the hands up in the crowd. They're happy about it. Thank you for sending in the plays as always. Kane Decker going to round the bases, celebrate with his teammates at home plate. Once again, that was a 3-run homer to break the game wide open. And his teammates meet him at the plate to continue the celebration. We're going to head over to Lawton now. Little celebration of Cameron softball as we get to play number 3. I'm just enjoying the celebration from Decker for a second, though. Yeah, up to Lawton, Cameron softball. Bryn Weber at the plate. She's going to slam the cover off of this ball. Middle to center field. And it was always leaving the park. We knew it. You knew it. 3-run blast as Cameron takes down Midwestern State. They swept him that day. And Bryn Weber just happy as she rounds the bases. You can see the whole team rushing to home plate to celebrate with her. And they're about to say, see ya to that ball. as they collect the win. Play number 2, Petrolia softball now. London Rogers sending one screaming to left center field on this one. Now, we gotta say, bit of a blooper reel here. She gets a little wide rounding first. But a home run is a home run, and this one scores too. So London Rogers gets the number 2 play of the week. It is a good thing no one was filming, as I heard someone in the audience of this video say. If Tobin grants my wish for an April Fool's edition of Top 10 Plays, this will be on there. But at the same time, it is still a great home run. It did end up helping Petrolia get the win. So you still got to give London Rogers the win. Play number 1, same Memorial Boys soccer game from earlier. It was a 1-1 tie. Abilene Cooper taking a corner kick here. Asen Maldonado, heads it away from goal. Jose Calderon keeps it away from the Cougars, and Cole Christian with a beautiful through ball to Israel Cerna at the 50-yard line. Cerna turns on the Jets. He has trouble at the 15. He beats the goalie and soft shoes it in to cap off a goal that took the Mavericks 120 yards, end zone to end zone, on their way to defending home turf for the win. They did need PKs to close it out, but man, did that stampede make it feel like a walk-off all the way for our number 1 play of the week. All right, that's going to do it for sports. We'll see you back here after this.
Texans count on Sid Miller for a true conservative friend, a lifelong rancher, important ally of President Trump, and a fighter for all Texans. Sid Miller is the right man for Texas Agriculture Commissioner. Political ad paid for by the Sid Miller campaign.
As we'll learn today, the more
vibes.
What is this?
I think it's just a vibes thing.
Vibes.
Can I get one of those?
Make it poppy.
Goes on. Looking across the Lone Star State, police in Texas search a house gunman and injured 14 others. Officials say officers at the scene shot and killed the gunman, who's been identified as 53-year-old Njia Jalnier. AP reports the gunman was wearing a sweatshirt reading "Property of Allah" and a shirt underneath with the current Iranian flag design. Police say he used both a pistol and rifle to carry out the attack. The FBI is investigating what's believed to be connected to the gunman who opened fire at a bar in Austin earlier this morning. The mass shooting left 3 people dead, including the attack on Iran by Israel in the United States yesterday, motivated the gunman to carry out the shooting. President Donald Trump releases a new video addressing the deaths of 3 U.S. service members in the operation against Iran. He also discussed the state of the mission and how long it may last. Washington correspondent Gabrielle goes on. Looking across the Lone Star State, police in Texas search a house believed to be connected to the gunman who opened fire at a bar in Austin earlier this morning. The mass shooting left 3 people dead, including the gunman, and injured 14 others. Officials say officers at the scene shot and killed the gunman, who's been identified as 53-year-old Njia Jalnier. AP reports the gunman was wearing a sweatshirt reading "Property of Allah" and a shirt underneath with the current Iranian flag design. Police say he used both a pistol and rifle to carry out the attack. The FBI is investigating the attack on Iran by Israel in the United States yesterday, motivated the gunman to carry out the shooting. President Donald Trump releases a new video addressing the deaths of 3 U.S. service members in the operation against Iran. He also discussed the state of the mission and how long it may last. Washington correspondent Gabrielle Cracchillo has the latest.
We don't yet know exactly where or how those 3 American service members were killed in action. President Trump is warning more casualties are possible as this bombing campaign continues. President Trump returned to the White House Sunday night after launching Operation Epic Fury from his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. While there, he posted this video on Truth Social, saying America will avenge the deaths of 3 U.S. service members.
And deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization.
The president says U.S. and Israeli combat operations against Iran will continue until all objectives are achieved.
The largest state sponsor of terrorism is going to be no more soon.
President Trump made his first remarks on the death of Iran's supreme leader.
This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands.
In the first 24 hours of Operation Epic Fury, the U.S. military says over 1,000 Iranian targets have been struck, including missile sites, ships, and command centers. Washington lawmakers are reacting mostly along party lines, with the president earning praise from Republican allies.
I applaud President Trump for understanding that when it comes to America first, we have to deal with threats before they get here.
And criticism from Democrats who want greater congressional involvement.
This might be an exercise more in performance than in conscientious, practical, pragmatic strategy that gets you what you want at the end.
We can celebrate the possibility of a new chapter for them without wanting our soldiers to go to war and our troops to be killed in a war without a congressional debate and vote.
President Trump once again delivering a message to Iranians Sunday.
Be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you.
The White House is planning to brief the House and Senate on Tuesday. Lawmakers are also expected to vote on a war powers resolution this week that would limit President Trump's ability to continue military action against Iran. In Washington, I'm Gabrielle Caracciolo.
Well, let's head outside with John Cameron for a look at the forecast. And John, I was looking at the flags that we have outside, and that wind's coming pretty strong from the north.
Yeah, it's true. The cold front has come through. The cold front was thought to be a rainmaker, but the rain really never materialized. But yeah, winds are out of the north, gusty because of the cold front. Tonight will be a chilly night than last night. Now, if you look around Altus, looks like there have been some recent developments as far as some stray showers, but anything we see will be quite isolated, and it looks like Oklahoma has slightly better rain chances than Texas, and by slight, I mean maybe a 10% chance. Tomorrow will be noticeably cooler thanks to north winds and the cool front coming through now. Instead of highs in the 80s, we'll see highs in the 60s, which is considered normal for this time of the year. So we're noticeably cooler for tomorrow. Rain chances get slowly better in the 7-day forecast. Happy to show you that coming up a little bit later in the newscast, Dylan.
Alrighty, John. Looking forward to talking about those rain chances we'll see in just a bit.
Yep.
Election day is Tuesday, and a new poll is giving us a glimpse at where the primary race for U.S. Senate stands. The Emerson College poll shows State Representative James Tallarico leading Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. The poll of 850 likely Democratic primary voters shows Tallarico with 52% support, 5 points ahead of Crockett. The poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3.3%. On the Republican side, it's a tight race, with Attorney General Ken Paxton holding a 4-point lead over incumbent Senator John Cornyn. Congressman Wesley Hunt is polling third. No one is close to the threshold needed to avoid a runoff. The poll covered nearly 550 likely Republican primary voters and has a margin error of plus or minus 4.1%. Back here in Texoma, the Wichita Falls Type B Sales Tax Corporation will be hosting a public hearing about funding multiple projects for the city. Right now, the city is requesting funds to pay for renovating Kirby into the new police headquarters, the Falls, and Lake Wichita section of the Circle Trail. Back in November, the city councilors approved the purchase of the former middle school. The city set a goal of completing the needs assessment and programming by end of March. Also, the Falls are still under renovations. Last week at the Parks Board meeting, city staff said engineers are still conducting structural and geotechnical analysis and went over what repairs are still needed. Just over a year ago, the city spent $125,000 to evaluate the Falls. Councilors approved a plan to renovate the landmark, which will cost about $7 million. The city may be looking at a different direction to fund the completion of Circle Trail at Lake Wichita. Back in June, the city applied for a competitive grant through TxDOT, but did not receive it. If the city had received the grant, it would have covered 80% of the cost, while the city matched the remaining 20%. At the time we reported in June, the total cost of the project is about $5.6 million. With meteorological spring beginning today, one local tulip farm is getting ready to welcome families back for their second season. Annie Young joins us now. So Annie, what can you tell us about opening weekend?
A beautiful field of tulips in Altus are blooming. Sweet Pickens is inviting the community out to celebrate their opening weekend. These fields are full of color, and in just a few short days, Sweet Pickens Tulip Field will open for tulip season. This year, the farm is bigger than ever.
Our field is actually doubled from last year.
That means more blooms and more room for families to spread out and enjoy the experience.
You can pick your own basket that you want to use to go out there. Walk out in the field and you can pick from plenty of different tulips. We got over 100,000 this year, and then we've got around 2,500 daffodils blooming as well.
After picking your favorite flowers, owners say you can have them wrapped in a bouquet or purchase a vase.
You can come up here to the stand and we'll wrap them for you and make your own bouquet.
Owners say that opening weekend will start with a fun event. Open to all.
We're actually going to open at 9 for people that want to come do yoga in the tulips, and then their admission price is included in that. So that's kind of a fun time to get to come before the crowd, kind of relax.
For the owners, it's the community support that makes it all possible.
We've definitely appreciated all the support from the Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas last year, and look forward to having everybody out.
A simple way to bring a little spring home and support a local farm, all at the same time. Opening weekend kicks off Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th. The farm opens at 10, but early risers can start their morning a little different with yoga in the tulips. After yoga, visitors can stay to pick flowers, grab tacos, and sip on some lemonade.
Well, tacos and limonada, I have to go out there and try it myself and pick some tulips for myself. Andy, thank you so much for taking us out to Altus. Let's stick around. John's full forecast is coming up next. Later, Parker is bringing us all things local sports.